It's time for high school football from the Rio Grande Valley in Texas. We're in Weslaco along with Football Friend. I'm Scott Harrison. This is live on YouTube via the staff of KWES. And tonight it's the Weslaco Panthers. They're undefeated this year, 7-0, 2-0 in district. And it is a 32-6A game. And their opponent is going to be Brownsville Rivera. They're 1-5, 0-2 in district. And of course, the Raiders, they are coached by Beto Leal. And the Panthers, Roy Stroman is their head coach. We see him for his 5th year. Football Fred, one thing the Panthers cannot have tonight is complacency.
Yeah, that's the focus of tonight's game. A lot of distractions, really, when you talk to a coach. For the fans, this is great. It's homecoming, 2023, reunions, all sorts of fun stuff. But, you know, talking to the coaches, they don't necessarily feel the same way. And you can understand this game, even though it doesn't match necessarily the same on paper, it is very important to both teams, especially Weslaco High.
And Weslaco, they won this game last year, 47-14. And one thing tonight we might see, maybe a different starting running back for the Raiders?
Yeah, I think so. I think in the week, I think the coaches kind of understand that they've got to try something a little different. So you got Gabriel Gonzalez now, the young sophomore, who will probably start as the main back. Now, you'll see plenty of Medellin.
Yeah, Jose Medellin.
Yeah, if you're probably wondering over in Brownsville, by the way, if you're listening from Brownsville, glad to have you on the broadcast. Had everybody checking us out tonight. We're happy you're with us. Jose Medellin is obviously active. He's going to give it a shot tonight, but I think you'll see maybe the future of the Raiders as well tonight. We'll see.
All right. Weslaco won the toss, and they elected to take the ball in the second half. Frankie Trevino will kick off, and the ball is going to be picked up at about the 15-yard line, and the ball is fumbled but fallen on by the Raiders, and nice job there keeping the ball. And we see falling on the ball is Zay Gutierrez.
Devin Martinez, Matthew Garza,
Darren Hanks,
Marcus Valdez,
Mateo Gomez,
Joshua Rivera,
Ryan Gonzalez,
Noah Casa, Devin Silva, Chris Luna, Bo Cuerda.
Mental health and well-being begins with Dr. Daniel Lozano, former athlete and proud alum of Weslaco ISD.
Weslaco defense, and Devin Silva's back again, right?
Yeah, Devin Silva, they're glad to have Agent Zero back there for sure. Pablo Cadena also going to play a lot tonight.
And here is the first snap of the game. It's going to be a handoff, and it is going to be good for about 6 or 7 yards. Nice rush to get things going tonight by Gabriel Gonzalez.
So that's exactly what the coaches wanted to see, a bigger back, if we're going to describe the difference between both. Jose Medellin is just a junior. By the way, a very, very young team, this Raider team, as well as we go along. We'll talk a little bit more about them. But yeah, right off the bat, you see a difference here in running back.
And of course, Gonzalez, he has had some rushing this year, 39 carries for 193 yards and 2 touchdowns. 2nd down and 3, another running play, and this time it looks like it'll be just short of the 1st down.
And there's no really fake intention here. They're not going to lie to you on offense. They want to run the ball as much as possible on this big defensive line for Weslaco. That's for sure.
Yeah, Manny Hinosa, the quarterback, and he has yet to throw for a touchdown this year. Has 5 interceptions. He has completed 44 passes in 115 attempts for 500 yards. So this team actually still waiting for their first touchdown pass from a quarterback.
Right, a lot of things are coming together. Weslaco hopes it doesn't happen tonight, for sure.
3rd down and 1. Gonzalez has it again, and he is going to get the 1st down and more. Looks like he got about 7 or 8. Maybe he was going to be stopped for a moment there, but he broke through the big line and got some more.
Just a young sophomore, Gonzalez is, and he's going to give you this. Coach, in talking to Coach Leal, he said he's going to give us some toughness. Medellin is more of a speedster. He's very good too. Says, but he'll give us a different way of running the ball.
There's the Panther. And I'll tell you what, we talked to Hinosa, their quarterback, before the game. He said one word to describe the defense of the Panthers. And the reason we're laughing, he said big.
He said big. That's it.
1st down and 10. He's going to throw his first pass of the game, and it's going to be good for a few yards. And that looks like it went, what, to Luis Reveles?
Yeah, Reveles is out there. Now they're gonna try to run on you, and then they're gonna give you an extension of the run. How? Just like that. Gonna go quickly and trying to get it out to their backs, who are their playmakers again. We're mentioning how young this team. Luis Reveles, who just caught as one of the seniors on this team.
Ryan Gonzalez in on the tackle, gain of 2 on the play. Going to be 2nd down and 8. And so far, I've been impressed by the first drive of the Raiders.
Yeah.
All right. They are going to hand off the ball again. And this time, I'm impressed by the defensive line of the Panthers.
Yeah, number 94, Matt Gaddisa, he says, hey, enough of this running, right?
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to try to stuff you in the middle there, and they did. Now, there's going to be a lot of work happening on both lines, offensive line and defense. You can't see it here, but the replay, see how they go backwards? When you start having your offense kind of go backwards, that's where the problem comes. That means they're dominating the line there. They want to attack the guard on both sides. They feel that with the size that Weslaco has, that they can do some damage there, especially with Devin Martinez, big 99 on the edge.
And the ball at the 37-yard line, going away from the scoreboard. It is 3rd down and 8. And here's the snap and the pass, and it is going to be incomplete. And once again, the intended receiver, once again, was Luis.
So this is what we see with the offense first, and this has been kind of what has happened with the Raiders here this year. They move the ball, get a couple of first down, and then something like this happens, right? They just not in sync with the passing yet.
Yeah.
So remember, and then we'll say this early on, it is homecoming, by the way. So just that you have the homecoming court, all the folks, all the young ones that are ready for it. We expect to punt, here on this one. It's going to be probably Zeke Gutierrez who's going to handle the punting duties. We'll see here in a minute. They have a lot of different players that they use. Here comes the return.
Yep, and it is Ryan Gonzalez, and he is going to take it. He'll get up to about the 35-yard line, and then he is run out of bounds after a nice little return among those in on the tackle. Zeke Gutierrez, and Gutierrez is the one that saved the turnover early in the game.
So if you're wondering, both of them are twins. Number 10, that's Uriel Gutierrez, who actually did the punt there. Right. And the guy you were just talking about, Zeke Gutierrez, the linebacker, who was on the spot on that fumble. Yeah, he plays defense. He's one of their players here that we got to watch. As a matter of fact, talking to coach, said this is a guy you got to watch on defense.
And Zeke's going to do a lot of things too, right? He'll do kickoffs and extra points and field
chains,
goals.
Make the chains from one side to the other.
And he's a pull it out. Will give it off to Eli Rodriguez. And once again, a big run by him. What else is new? He rushed for, well, it depends. I don't know if it was 295 or 307 last week. Ivan Palacios said it was about 307 yards in the victory at Los Fresnos.
Yeah.
But what a big game for him. And we'll talk more about it as time goes on.
Yeah.
And he gets the ball down near the 30-yard line. And that was, what, about a 27-yard gain on the first play from scrimmage for the Panthers.
Yeah, when he runs, he gashes a lot of this defense. See if that kind of continues here.
All right, it is now in the territory of the Raiders, 1st and 10. And once again, Rodriguez has it, and he is going to get up near the 20-yard line, gain of 12 on that play. So very quickly, he's approaching 50 yards in rushing, and we're only about 4 minutes into the game.
The Rivera Raider defense understands completely how it is to play some of the top running backs in the Valley. Last week, they played San Benito. They've got their own pretty good running back. Yeah. And then they face this guy here, too. Two of the top runners for sure this district.
Remember last week in the 42-23 win over Los Fresnos, well, we'll tell you right after this play, and it's down to about the 15-yard line, so it's going to be a gain of about 7 on that play. And that pass, Felipe Harunda gets it, and we'll talk for a moment. Again, we'll see the replay. Rodriguez last week had 3 touchdowns in the 3rd quarter alone against the 42-23 over Los Fresnos on the road. He rushed for 200 yards on those 3 touchdowns in the 3rd quarter, and overall on his 4 touchdown runs in the game, they accounted for 269 yards of offense. Isn't that something?
That's what I get on my PlayStation when I play.
All right, Sepulveda into the end zone, and it is caught, and it's going to be a 15-yard touchdown.
Frankie Trevino had to come back for that one. Really good position there. We'll see it on the replay. Oliver Arellano, the young junior, doing the best he can out there now. Good adjustment there by Frankie. Passes now. Watch the corner play that. He's playing it well. Frankie has to come back for it. See that? So that was a nice play there. Nothing much you can do if you're Oliver Arellano. Kick is up, and that is good. So, yeah, they take the lead here now, 7-0.
6:54 remaining here in the opening quarter. Weslaco, they lead Brownsville Rivera 7-0. This is a KWES production. And talking about Frankie Trevino, well, he had 13 catches for 109 yards coming into this game. I don't think he had a touchdown reception. I believe that's his first touchdown reception of the season. And he's Sepulveda, of course, having a real good season. He has completed 72 of 123 passes for 830 yards. Now has 7 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. Didn't do much passing last week because of all the running. And last week, just 3 out of 12 for 36 yards. No touchdowns, 1 interception. All right, football Fred, what do you think of the first drive of the game?
Well, you don't have to. I was thinking what you said about passing. You don't have to pass it when you have to that kind of damage when running. Okay, so right off the bat, I'll tell you this. And adjustment if you're a Weslaco Panther fan, right off the bat, you start seeing number 88, Felipe Bruneta, who caught the ball just a little while ago. He is playing the spot, the fullback tight end spot that usually number 51, Diego Salazar, plays. Doesn't mean he won't play it. He's just there. I think that's a great idea. Ball's going to go out of bounds here.
On the kickoff, yep. All right, so the Raiders will get their second possession of the game. They did get, a couple first downs on the first one. Again, that has to be a little moral victory. The way they've struggled this year, they've had some tough games, but we've talked about how it is a young squad, that is for sure. And again,
free kick out of bounds on the kicking team.
That's the official word.
5 yard from the out of bounds spot.
It's a special KISS camp because a lot of the folks that are back will mention this are people that obviously come in, alumni from other years of the classes. So it's glad to see the community come out, participate in KISS camp. There you go. There you go. Congratulations, sir.
Brownsville Rivera lost last week to San Benito 49-0. As we mentioned, Weslaco over Los Fresnos 42-23. Big victory. Weslaco number 3 in the latest Valley poll. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from about the 35. A running play. And I believe it's Gabriel Gonzalez again. And not much running on that play.
So they're going to stick to that. And we asked Coach, well, what's the reason? I mean, okay, you've had him there. What we need to know what we have with him, not just for future. And remember, he's a sophomore, but we want to see what he does. A lot of Panther players there, all involved. Hanks was there. Hanks is being Hanks early, and a couple of other Panther players are coming up and make plays.
And we met Mr. Hanks, AJ Hanks, last week at Los Fresnos. Nice meeting him. He played in the 90s, a running back, right?
Darren was shocked. I said, hey, I called your dad's games too. He's like, what? How old are you, man?
A passing play, and this time it is going to be caught, and it looks like it's going to be a very short gain of several yards. And looking there, I believe it was number 7 who got it, and Manolo Perez.
Manolo is an interesting player. Coach was talking about him, trying to get him the ball again. We're going to say it's junior again, a young team. You said it earlier.
And by the way, he has 6 catches for 98 yards. Remember, not a lot of passing for this team. Only 500 yards total. So it is going to be 2nd down and about maybe 6. They do have to get to the 44-yard line in their own territory to get the first down. High snap, it's going to be handed off, and there is the running play once again, and bounces off a couple of tacklers. Fumble goes out of bounds. Strowman, we watched Coach Strowman, and he indicated that it is going to be a ball for the home team, for the Panthers.
Finally, the head linesman announced it. The ball laid there. We're going to see it on the replay. Hopefully we get a shot. Watch this. Nobody kind of knew. Coach Strowman was the only one who knew. What's the ball? There. Here it comes. There it's gone now, and it lays on the floor until the Panthers come and finally get it. You got to give credit to number 45. That is Christian Sanchez. He's had himself a great senior campaign. Sanchez has, and the ball over on downs on that fumble.
Now we'll have to see. Maybe after that fumble, will Jose Medellin come in at running back? He has actually rushed the ball 128 times for 787 yards and 8 touchdowns. Of course, Eli Rodriguez well over 1,000 yards rushing this season, and going to add to that total right now as he gets about 8 on that play. That young man has been fantastic. Again, rushed about 20 yards a carry last week on the season. 124 carries for 1,212 yards, 18 touchdowns averaging almost 10 yards a carry.
That's just amazing. Watch him again. And we've said this before. This is your first time watching him, Eli Rodriguez. Again, you see him. He's not a very big running back, but he's strong. He's not going to go down the first couple of hits. Really, you got to wrap around him and put him down.
Ball at the 28-yard line. This is going to be a passing play. Sepulveda will run the ball, and he is going to get down to about the 16-yard line, so he gets about 12 on that rush.
Now, there's the experience we've been talking about. He can do a lot of damage with his legs. He'll rather sit there and try to go down and look to this progression. Receiver 1-0, receiver 2-0. We have a flag here.
Personal foul, illegal chop block, number 55 and number 6 of the offense. 15-yard penalty, repeat second down.
There haven't been many of those penalties this year, have there? Chop blocks.
Yeah, they've coaches especially have done a good job there because the officials call it just because of the danger of injury. You know, basically what that does that mean? That means somebody, in this case, the offensive line, Garces was blocking up high, and then while he's engaged, here comes Eli, hits him low. That's basically what we're talking about.
So the ball will move back to about the 44-yard line, have to get to about the 25 for a first down, and looked like a blitz there for a moment. Rodriguez has it. Actually, it's Sepulveda that keeps it, and he is going to get near that first down. He's going to get more, and he is at the 10, 5. He is down at about the 2-yard line, and that was an incredible run, and on that play got about 35 yards.
You got to give Humberto Ramos. That's something that the Raiders are not going to do. They're going to fight you all game long. Watch this run, and then watch when Andy cuts it right back in set now. Watch number 1 coming from the opposite side. You have a couple of guys. Actually, number 3 was coming back here, and Miguel Govea.
And we'll actually give him 40 on that, but this time there is going to be, what, a sack?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that was a run. Yeah,
a run. Okay. So a loss on that play. Did Cardinals have that?
Yeah, that looked like to be at least when we saw it here earlier. It looked like Ethan Cardenas had it.
Yeah. All right. So it's a loss back to about the 6. So it'll be second and goal to go from the 6. Loss of about 4 on that play. But Sepulveda, that was an amazing run of 40, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was able to see the field. And that's one of the things he's got this year. He's able to see the field and know where to go.
And there's Sepulveda and Eli Rodriguez Jr. met his dad. We'll talk about that in a moment. Last week at the game. Met a lot of family members. It's fun. Sepulveda is going to keep it, and he is going to go in. And it looks like they'll give him the touchdown.
There's a flag.
Okay, a flag.
Came from the back of the end zone. So a couple of things. Maybe a hold, maybe. I'm thinking right around that area.
And Sepulveda looks like at least one of the players is shaking him. No, it's not Sepulveda, I don't think.
And when the back judge comes in like that, we'll go back and we'll let the official talk about it. But, yeah, when you see the back judge usually do that, that's usually what it means, or a hold. So, yeah, there's a player down for the Panthers. We'll see how he's doing. The Panthers coming in, I will say this, have been relatively healthy. I mean, we obviously know about the loss and wanted to say hi, take this opportunity to say hi to obviously Jeremiah Salinas, number 10. Right. He's always been part of the team here, so he's recuperating. And then you had a couple of other guys as well that were on this team. Hardy Rodriguez, another one. He's another senior who got injured early. So those were players that were out for the remainder of the season. But here it's nice to see big number 68. He's a key contributor. Is Julian Longoria. He seems to be okay.
All right, that's good.
It's just like when you walk off like that, usually an ankle, something like that happens.
You're talking about Rodriguez. He actually had 5 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown. Right. And Salinas, he played only 1 game, but had a catch for 31 yards. So I want to recognize, like you did, their contributions to the team this season.
Yeah. So they come in pretty healthy. They want to keep it that way as much as possible. They understand it's a physical game. The official's going to make the call here. I'm banking on a hold.
Well, it's back to the 12. That's about a 10-yard penalty.
On the previous play, holding number 51 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Second down.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's again, once it's a clear one when the back judge, who's sitting in the end zone at this point, he's just watching the offensive lineman. Right. And he's watching for these type of things happening, especially down in the end zone.
We're talking about meeting Eli Rodriguez Jr.'s father. He was a former player, right?
Yeah.
Nice man, and I guess you met him in a business capacity once, didn't you?
You know, he's in a, works for a local hospital here, and he's one of the guys that is always here. I called his games too, by the way. Now that I think about it.
All right, there's a pass, and that is going to be a 12-yard touchdown for Weslaco. Aiden Morales, we talked about this young man a lot. That's his 5th touchdown of the season so far. 9 catches for 155 yards, 5 touchdowns, averaging over 17 yards a catch this season.
Player to watch. Ask coach before the game. Tell him to give us a number. He's at 13. Watch that guy. He's playing our tight end spot. He's a tight end playing like a receiver. Nice touchdown catch.
Extra point is up, and it's good. Give us a credit to our kicker.
Yeah, and you know, it's always good when a kicker, you don't say his name much except when he makes them, right?
Yeah.
Julie Betancourt, the senior, has done a good job this year of extra points. Whenever he's got an opportunity, field goals, not much. This offense has taken care of things, and that's another good sign. When you don't have your field goal kicker trying or attempting long field goals, that means your offense is doing something right?
All right, it's now 14-0, and so far Weslaco in control. This is a KWES production. Well, Weslaco getting off to a fast start.
Yep.
Maybe we expected this, but nevertheless, you always wonder again with the homecoming and the distractions whether they be focused. Seems like they are.
Well, it's always something you want to look at. It's always something that the coaches stress. We'll say this. Coach said, look, and he told us before the game, we rode these kids hard this week.
Yeah.
He said, look, it's like to us, it's like we're not undefeated. We had to practice as such, just because of the fact that we want to lose focus. We understand that this is any Friday night, right?
And the ball is kicked off. And is going to be brought up to about the 29. By the way, for Andy Sepulveda, as far as passing this year, that was his 7th touchdown pass.
Now, Roman Vera, I think they got to get him involved more. Roman on that kickoff return, he's a playmaker for this team. Now, the question is, how do you get him open? And he's a wide receiver. He's a tall guy, can run, plays basketball for the Raiders. So, you got to get him involved. And now, I wonder, if Medellin is not going to come in here. They gave a couple of runs here to
Let's see if we can see.
See if we see him back there. Now they're gonna stick with for now with Gonzalez.
Hinosa quarterback, call him Manny.
Manny, yeah.
On the roster it's Jesus, but we talked to him before the game. Says he prefers to be called Manny.
Why? That's my middle name. That makes sense, I believe.
All right. So it's 1st and 10 for about the 27. And Gonzalez fumbles the ball. It's a loose ball. And Weslaco indicating they have it. And they do have the ball. They recovered it. Mateo Gomez, a junior linebacker, has the ball. Weslaco with a big turnover.
This has been the turnovers here can kill you, especially at this side. It just never really was a clean give, a toss. He never really got his hands on it. You see Matt there, tighter than a pickle jar lid, grabbing that football, not letting go. Matt, good job.
All right, well, we will see if we'll see more running from Eli Rodriguez Jr. He has 5 games over 100 yards this season. He is averaging 173 yards per game, and his long run of the season is 85 yards. I believe he had about 72 yards long run last week. And here is going to be a pass play action into the end zone, and not quite able to get that ball that time is Trevino.
Yeah, that's a nice play there. Again, this defensive backfield is doing their job. Yeah, that looked like Jerry Gonzalez. We'll double check on the replay. But, yeah, he goes deep on that one, trying to make a play. Watch this. By the way, they're coming with a run blitz. See, everybody's there. You got to get rid of it quick because they're coming. And we'll see trying to get the defensive player here. Yeah, he was in front. He was there. Number 24, we talked about him. That is Jared Gonzalez, a young junior, playing up against a taller receiver in Frankie Trevino. That's a tough job.
Ball at the 26-yard line, heading toward the scoreboard. It is going to be a 2nd down and 10. Sepulveda with Rodriguez in the backfield. He's going to keep the ball. Almost an ankle tackle, but he gets away, and he is down at about the 18-yard line. And a nice play to try to get the quarterback down initially, but we see the athleticism of Sepulveda.
Yeah, so basically an RPO, or you know what you want to call it, you can run play or you can option it. It's basically Andy decides you keep it or I tuck it. You know, that's one of those two things, and he kept it there. He's done a good job of being able to balance that out during the season.
Right.
You know, to keep it. Obviously, when we have somebody like Eli, you want to give it to him as much as possible, but he's kind of balanced things out as well. He's a good runner, Andy Sepulveda is.
3rd down and 8. Ball at the 24-yard line. Zeke Gutierrez in on the tackle that time, at least one of the members. And this time another running play, but it is going to be a tackle in the backfield.
Yeah, Zeke Gutierrez, we talked about him. You mentioned him earlier, and here he is again. Run blitz all the way. They're coming with you through every single gap. It just gets there quicker. And really, the offense for the Panthers just couldn't handle everybody. There was too many guys coming at one time.
And that was a big loss, a better part of maybe 10 yards or more on that play. They're going to call it 4th down and 16.
And watch it again now. If Weslaco goes for it, which I think they're too far for a field goal, right? I mean, at this point,
yeah,
you got to go for it. Watch how they play this now. They've been giving you a lot of run blitzes. I wonder if they kind of play pass here.
We'll see. Calling out the signals, Andy Sepulveda has the ball, drops back to about his own 40, launches it to his right, and could not get it toward his intended receiver that time. A nice job. I think, was that Chris Luna out there?
That was actually number 18.
Okay.
That's Justin Elizondo, Jr.
Okay. Yeah. So,
watch him out there. No time here for Andy. And he just taking 1, 2, and then 3 seconds. You got to get it out. And really, Elizondo didn't have a chance to kind of set up and go for it. Hey, nice stand by this defense for Rivera. One of the things Coach Stroman said, and really Coach at the outset for Rivera says, look, we're going to come and play, you know, and Coach Stroman said the same thing. They're going to come in, and they want to make sure that they remember who we are, right? So on defense so far, good job there.
Elizondo, by the way, this season, show him a little love. He has 4 catches for 42 yards.
I call him the element of the offense for this Panther team.
Ball around the 31-yard line, 1st and 10, and this time a quarterback keeper, and not much for Hinosa. Now, do we have a new running back in?
Yeah, Manny kept it.
Yeah, but let's see if we have a new running back in.
Yes. I think
I was watching Manny, so I didn't get to see.
I think we are going to see something. You see a fullback there in the backfield along with him. That's Jesus Fernandez, the fullback, who also likes to play linebacker. We'll see him a couple of times there as well. But you know, they for the most part have continued to stay with Gabriel Gonzalez.
Yeah, again, I know they want to get him some experience.
Medellin is possible. Medellin is there.
Yeah.
I mean, they could use him. That's no doubt.
All right. But again, it is still Gonzalez back there, showing confidence in that young man. Lost of 1 on the last play. It's going to be 2nd down 11. This will be the final play of the quarter, and there is no gain on that play, and Gonzalez goes down. So we have gone through 1 quarter of play, and we see the score: Weslaco over Brownsville Raiders, 14-0. This is a KWES production. And amazing, are we talking about Weslaco leading 14-0? Well, we could, but Houston came back from a 4-2 deficit. I believe they scored 3 runs in the top of the 9th, and at Texas they won 5-4, so they lead the best of 7 series in the American League Championship Series. They lead at 3-2. They need to win 1 of 2 games in Houston, either Sunday night or Monday night, and they will go on to the World Series to take on either Philadelphia or Arizona. Philadelphia leads that series 2-1. They're playing right now game 4. All right, now a big play by Weslaco.
That's Pablo Cadena. Yeah, he's remember, he missed 6 games. He played a little bit last week, and we asked Coach about him. He says, no, he's going to play a lot tonight. We've got to get him into what he says, into physical shape. I said, well, he looks pretty good to me. They're right here coming in speed, and they had Medellin back there on that one.
They did.
Yeah, they tried Medellin out there just to give him a little change of pace.
They lost a lot on that one.
Yeah, this defense is now starting to figure out, hey, they're going to run, and they're going to run again, so we're going to blitz and run blitz again. So basically a lot of run blitzing happening by both teams here early on.
4th and 20 back at the 24-yard line. Weslaco with a couple backs getting ready to receive the football. Ball will go back, and it will roll and be down near midfield.
So really here the stories for the Raiders have been the turnovers. Points coming off of turnovers.
Just want to say this one thing.
Yeah.
It was Jose Altuve crushing a 3-run home run to give the Astros that victory.
Who else would have done it, right?
Yeah. And we'll stay off of baseball. We know it's a football game, but I know we have a lot of Astros and also Rangers fans out
We
there.
just ruined it for somebody who DVR'd it.
Well, yeah, I guess.
No,
Sorry.
just kidding.
No, you're actually right.
They're watching it now.
No, you're right. You're right.
But they're watching this game saying, well, wait till this game is over.
Yeah.
Well, well, sorry about that.
First down and 10.
Live
and
show.
He's pulled it at midfield. That was pretty funny. That was the line of the game tonight so far. All right, with the ball, it is going to be a run by Rodriguez. And I will tell you that they've kind of stymied him on the last couple runs. There was a double-digit loss on the last run. No gain on that one.
Yep.
So you got to give at least a little moral credit to the opposition.
42 it comes up. Watch it make a play. Andres Rocha along of other gray shirts. Gang tackling. That's what you got to do against this young man. He's going to get around you if you don't make a good tackle.
Humberto Ramos, I should say, doing a nice job. Packed house once again here at Weslaco for homecoming.
Lots of folks.
Yep. All right. Well, they're giving the score anyhow here at the stadium. So the PA announcer.
So there you go. We'll blame it on.
Yeah. All right.
On them.
So it's going to be 2nd down 9. They gave him 1 yard on that last play. Sepulveda launches it off. We'll get it down to about the 15-yard line. And is that complete? Is that complete?
I can't see that far. Let me get a second.
Yeah.
No, they're going to call it incomplete.
All right.
Morales, great catch though.
Yeah.
Watch this. And again,
Morales.
Yeah, he's been a guy that has been a playmaker. Watch Andy step out of trouble, goes deep, and just couldn't quite catch it as a count, but it's just out of bounds. Yeah, just kind of couldn't put the feet in.
All right, so it's going to be 3rd down. I like the sign.
Yeah, congratulations to them. One of the best around for sure. That Panther Corps Division I pigskin. Man, talent here in Weslaco.
Well, let's see if it's going to be a pass play. It will be. Sepulveda getting some pressure. Going to be a screen pass. Gets it to Eli Rodriguez. That's the guy to give it to. And he is down to about the 35-yard line. Now he reverses field, and he is going to go to the 30. He's at the 20. Then he is finally brought down. But that's a pickup of about 30 on that screen pass. And that play lasted about 30 seconds.
That's right. That's what happens when you run north, you run south, east, and west. You pick up a lot of yards, but it doesn't go with it. Then all of a sudden you got a flag here.
All right.
So we'll wait on that. And yeah, the things happen when that type of run happens. Usually something bad happens on the other side. It looks like it's going to be against Weslaco.
Block in the back. Number 51 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, that when it breaks like that, it's hard to kind of keep everybody in the same spot. See, the nice screen there, and then watch how many tackles he's been able to elude here. That's 1 already. That's 2. That's 3. And he's running around still, and he's going to try to cut it back inside. He's already missed 4 tackles, and finally they get him back into the 5th tackle. We keep saying you got to wrap him up.
Well, the ball will be at the 45-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and 5 coming up. It's in Raiders territory, moving toward the north end zone away from the scoreboard. Sepulveda back, takes his time now, decides to run it, going to get the 1st down and a lot more. He'll get up to about the 34-yard line, so give him 11 on that 1st down rush.
Yeah, he definitely didn't want to throw the ball. There was no coverage really back there. So watch him get here, throw the ball, and try to make something happen. And when he runs, man, he makes this happen. So we're about to shock the world again. Why not, right? I mean, this.
All right.
It is getting closer to the spooky time of the year.
It is going to be 1st down and 10. Ball at the 35-yard line. Sepulveda, he's the starting quarterback. Landon Solis is back up. Here is the handoff.
Whoa.
And it's going to be a gain to about the 29-yard line.
That's Ressa. That's Freddie coming in.
It's good to see Freddie get some work. Got some work last week, I believe.
Yeah.
And
comes in and gets a breather, and he has his own talent here. That's going to be obviously a face mask.
On the season, Ressa, 18 carries for 68 yards.
Personal foul. Face mask. Number 10 of the defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Only 1 carry last week for a -1.
Here comes the replay. Watch Freddie's helmet. Whoa! It's supposed to go that way.
Yeah.
Hey, watch some spooky stuff. Spooky. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I always put on my glasses so I can see my notes.
And no, we don't have masks on, all right?
That's right.
You might think because it's Halloween we have masks on.
And it's the best one I could find, too.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's the way it goes.
Sometimes you just got to face it, right?
That's the way it goes. Hi, Panther fans.
So the ball's at the 15-yard line. Someone actually got paid to do that, too.
That's right. Yeah, give the man a raise, please. He had to hold the camera up and everything.
Give him the rest of the night off.
Please.
All right, so he doesn't come back this way.
Yeah.
No, all joking aside.
Timeout.
Yeah.
Weslaco. That is their first time out of the half.
So, by the way, Coach Stroman, he is 33-11 as far as overall record in 5 years, 21-13 in district, so he's done a nice job. We always enjoy talking to him before the game.
Got the Saban sweater tonight.
Yeah, does. He does. And again, you know, what's fun about this is that you never know what you're going to get each week, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, we played some pretty big teams, and we had a couple, some people might say upsets, who knows, beating Harlingen and Los Fresnos. Yet you come tonight, you know, you might think Brownsville Rivera won't do anything, but considering there's a lot more talent, we got to be honest, on Weslaco, they've really come out here and fought hard.
Yeah, I think so, and that's what we expected. That's why in the pregame we talked about the fact that don't underestimate this this Raider team. You shouldn't, and the reason is because very simple. They're a team that practices just like the Panthers do. They put on their pants and their cleats and the thigh pads just like the Panthers do. So they're just going to come out and execute. That's the key, right?
Okay, so the ball is right now at the 15-yard line. Going to be 1st and 10. Man in motion. That's Ethan Cardenas. He's going to get the ball, and he is going to fight and maybe get a yard or two on the sweep.
Ethan is such a valuable player on this team. They can use him basically anywhere. We've seen him in the backfield. We've seen him as a wide receiver. We've seen him as a tight end. We've seen him in the wildcat. We've seen him everywhere. And here is another one. A jet sweep going wide. He's one of these guys that can play multiple positions. Played some defense even at one point, I remember. Wow.
2nd down and 9. 4 minutes into the second quarter. Weslaco leading 14-0. 7-0 overall, 2-0 in district. Beat some big teams in district, Harlingen and Los Fresnos. So Sepulveda has it. He'll throw it down and just past his intended receiver. Nice job stretching for the ball, but Esteban Rocha couldn't quite get it.
Yeah, Esteban Rocha has been coming on as of late, especially in the last few games. He hasn't had an impact per se in scoring, but he has been able to get some catches for the Panthers, and he's going to be one of these guys. You know, as a young man, he's just a junior, Esteban is. So he's trying to get that part of this offense, and they like him a lot, along with his other receivers.
He's got 1 catch for 6 yards this year, but again, he's been active out there. You know, he's been getting some good chance to run plays, and maybe it'll pay off for him to get some receptions tonight. 3rd down and 9, a screen pass this time, and it is going to go down to about the 8-yard line, and that was Eli Rodriguez.
Right, might have picked it up. Do you think?
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see where they marked him out. I thought he didn't make it to the 5. He had to make it to the 5, but we'll see. You're right.
Yeah, I think they're going to give it to him.
Okay. Well,
just a quick pass play out of the backfield, and because of his speed, he can get there in a hurry.
So it's going to be 1st and goal to go. He just made it.
Yep.
And 1st and goal to go from the 5-yard line. There is Eli Rodriguez, number 6, Andy Sepulveda, number 2.
2 seniors on this ball club that are really having fantastic senior seasons for both.
And you know, they do stickers on the helmets now. We'll maybe talk about that again later in the broadcast. Cardenas in motion. He's going to help block for Rodriguez, but he is tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Looked like he might get in if he could have got past the man who tripped him up, and that was Angel Garcia.
Well, he wants a touchdown.
Yeah.
And he's upset. I think more upset with himself than anything because he couldn't stay upright. But watch him try to focus. And
good job by the defender.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I got to give the defender credit on that one.
Angel Garcia. We talked about him. Remember, Coach even introduced us to him before the game started, and he says, try to get something out of this guy. And again, he's a good player.
And Aiden Morales couldn't block him. He was there, but it would have been a block in the back, so he had to let him go. All right, it's going to be 2nd down and goal to go at the 5-yard line. And it looked like there was some motion there, but no call. And we see this time once again, tripped up is Rodriguez.
Going low.
Trying to catch the number there.
Yeah, that's number 11.
All right, number 11.
And that's Jose Medellin.
Defensively, number 11.
of the defense. 5-yard penalty. Excuse me. Half of this is the goal. Repeat 2nd down.
Yeah, I thought there might be a penalty.
That was 11, Jose Medellin.
Yeah, and now it's interesting with Medellin. Remember,
and you two can make the right call. Stop by and visit the Weslaco Vision Source.
Well, that's where he is. He is originally a linebacker by trade. Coach told us this. But he also said, hey, by the way, we've got to make sure we run him as a running back. But you see where he's at now. If you're wondering, if you're a Raider fan, hey, where is Medellin? Well, he's playing linebacker for you.
Yeah, and he was on the tripped up the runner,
He was on the trip runner there. Yeah, so he's playing right in the spot that the coaches want him because he excels there. They want him in the running back. He's a good athlete, but they're trying out Gonzalez tonight on the offense.
So it's going to be at about the 3. It's going to be a running play, and it looks to be a touchdown.
Yep.
And it is. So it's going to be a 3-yard touchdown run that time.
Touchdown, Panthers!
By Freddie Reza.
Yeah,
number 20, Freddie Reza.
Yeah, Freddie's probably thinking, hey, this is great. Give me the ball right in this area. I'll punch it in. You know, this is what they do. The Panthers have 2 backs primarily, and 2 different styles of running. So obviously, you know about Eli, and now Freddie Reza comes in, and what a nice addition to the running back. Here's Betancourt try to get the extra point here for the Panthers.
Taking time to set up. Extra point attempt is up. And it is good. So with 6:13 remaining here in the opening quarter, Weslaco leads the Brownsville Raiders 21-0.
So basically here is what we kind of expected. Now, I didn't think that the fact was going to be that they were going to be able to give up some turnovers. Now, the key is when you have turnovers like that, what happens is that you give the Panthers an extra opportunity to score. Now, they don't need any help, as we've seen. They average, anywhere from 20 to 28 points a game and then give up very little. So when you do turnovers and that happens, Weslaco takes advantage of it with their offense. Coming in here, Rivera, what they wanted to do, Rivera was thinking, look, we want to try to slow this down as much as possible. At least Rivera was hoping to slow things down a bit and try to stay in the game. They just haven't been able to do that because of the turnovers.
That's right.
So we'll see here if there's anything and an adjustment that the Rivera Raiders can do. I mean, obviously you try to take away those turnovers, but boy, they've been killers.
All right, here's the kickoff. And the ball is picked up, a little bit fumbled, but it'll be brought back to about the 27-yard line.
Yeah, Roman Vera is your returner, one of the guys that does a good job. Again, I just keep saying this, and I know maybe how do you do this, though? I mean, he's a wide receiver. This offense really isn't going to produce a lot of throwing. That's just not their offense. So how do you get a guy like Roman Vera involved a little bit more? Manolo Perez, who's already caught a pass earlier, he's a good player. How do you get some of your athletes involved besides Garcia, right? Besides Medellin? How do you get some of these other guys involved? I think that's the key here.
All right, so Manny Hinosa at quarterback. Jose Medellin at running back. And he is going to hand it off. It's going to be about a 3-yard gain for Medellin.
Yeah, this offensive line, Leo Garza at the middle, Ociel Garza, Jacob Lopez, one of the right tackle on the other side, and then your left guard, Gonzalez, and Riley Lopez, number 64. These guys have a tough task trying to really block this big front. Right now, Weslaco's in their big front. They have right now is Martin Maldonado. He's a big guy. Then you have obviously Pablo Cadena. He's playing pretty well. I mean, he's back from injury now. Number 94, Matt Garza. Yeah, you've heard of him before. And so they rotate some of these guys here to give you some size.
Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8. Gray and black uniforms, basic colors for the Raiders. And a high snap, but the quarterback keeps it. Hinosa is going to be tackled for a loss, and there's going to be a flag after he's tackled.
Yeah, unfortunately, coming up to make a play. What a great play. We can't say anything about Christian Sanchez. I've been impressed by him since he started. He's one of the guys that we kept saying that coach said, we just can't take him off the field. He plays really good. I think he's going to be called for a face mask on this one. Kind of went high with him.
Foul. Face mask, number 45 of the defense. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
That was a great play, though. It didn't result in the way you wanted it to, but, man, he read that all the way through. And that's going to give him a first down and really 15 yards. Those type of penalties right there give a life to an offense. Now, if Brownsville Rivera can get just a couple of first downs together here, right? You're thinking you put some of these drives together. You know, you've given some of these up because of fumbles and problems like that. Hey, let's get that together. I know Coach Leal on the other side is trying to tell them, settle down, guys, settle down.
Speaking of defense, Darren Hanks was the leading tackler last week with 12. Of course, Marcus Valdez recovered a fumble. And right now we have the snap, and it's going to be short, trying to get it out into the flat that time. And Perfecto Cruz was the intended receiver. Know much about him?
Yeah, Perfecto Cruz, coach said, look, he's not a big guy. You're going to see him out there. Let's watch here. He says, watch him. He's not the biggest guy, but, man, he's got the heart of a lion. Get him the ball and then let him run. Just couldn't quite get. There's a bit long throw there going to the opposite side.
Did you say heart of a lion? I did say this was the year of the cat earlier this year in a broadcast. And by the way, Detroit Lions playing pretty good.
Yeah.
So having the heart of a lion, maybe not a bad thing.
And remember, Perfecto Cruz, not only a heart of a lion, but he's also one of your team captains.
Okay.
Yeah, watch number 2 here.
Aye, aye, Captain. All right, it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 44-yard line in Weslaco territory. This time a running play, and what a hit. What an open field hit that time, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of good hitting going on, especially for this Panther team. They're able to change some plays along.
Now, was that Gonzalez that time?
Yeah, watch this run. He's trying to watch the textbook tackle. Go low and bring him down. Number 35 there. That's Art Gonzalez, the senior linebacker, getting some playing time tonight.
And Gonzalez, the sophomore, had some problems with turnovers earlier in the game. They want to play him a lot. So Medellin, who's played mostly this year, is out. Gonzalez back in at running back, and now it looks like Medellin is back, and so we'll see if they're going to start alternating backs. We're talking about the Raiders.
Yeah, I think they might.
So it's going to be 3rd and 10, and a lot of pressure, and that is going to be a sack. And down goes the quarterback, and give the sack to Matthew Garza.
Yeah, Matthew Garza knows what to do, especially if you don't put anybody on him. It's hard enough that if he'll get to you if you block him. Watch when you don't get anybody in front of him. He's got a free shot. Yeah, he's got some speed on him. For a guy that size, that's just not fair sometimes. You know, he's got that speed. He gets you.
Remember the old boxing saying, down goes Frazier. Well, that time, down goes Hinosa.
There's Eli's dad.
Yeah, there he is. We met him last week, and a very nice man.
Former Panther, that's right. Kick away.
Great to see him. Okay, and he has a big smile on his face, and why not when you got a son running like that?
That's right.
So after the loss, the punt, and now Weslaco will have the ball around their, 23-yard line?
Yeah. So this is good for Weslaco here, and now you start thinking about what they're trying to do. Their next 2 games after tonight, right? They play Hanna here, and then they go play San Benito.
And can you believe it? That's the end of the regular season.
That's going to end the season. That flew by really quick.
Right.
But these games, and talking to Coach Stroman, he mentioned the fact that it's important because this is where you build the district games. First of all, they're important.
Yeah.
But you get some of the guys that perhaps haven't played too much. For example, Joaquin Arce now, number 70, who's playing on the left side. He's a left tackle there. We'll watch him.
1st down and 10. Handoff, and this time it is going to be a nice run of about 5 or 6 yards by Freddy Reza, who just had the touchdown a few moments ago.
We're going to see some new guys come up here, and I think that's part of the plan here for Coach Stroman, as he sees that Joaquin Arce is playing on that side. Now, it could have been because of the fact that we just earlier, the starting player, Julian Longoria, on that side went out. he seems to be okay. Haven't seen him really anything as far as part of injury. Maybe it's just more precautionary than anything. And you give a player like number 70 again, Joaquin Arce, who's a senior player, some playing time.
Gain of 4 on the play, a 2nd down and 6. When you get a chance, Fred, could you give us an update on the timeout situation? Because that could come into play, especially for Weslaco here. Man in motion. And this time, quarterback will throw it, and it is going to be a 1st down and more, down to a pelt, the 43-yard line. Let's see who has that ball. Is that Pineda?
Yeah, that's Pineda.
Yeah.
And now Pineda, it's interesting. We asked Coach, hey, give us the player to watch tonight. Another guy. He said, oh, that's easy. You got to watch Pineda, our tight end as well. Plays tight end, plays receiver. He's been hungry. He says he's been trying to get it there.
By the way, Mr. Touchdown is in at quarterback. Landon Solis. Met his dad last week. Very nice man. And it seems like anytime Solis comes into a game, he's going to throw a touchdown, even if he only throws 1 pass.
That's something that I think we now know is going to happen. So it's just a matter of when, right? That's what happens with Landon Solis.
Talking to his dad, he had a very, very successful career getting to the high school level. It was nice talking to his dad. And again, we're going to have a running play, and Reza's going to pick up about 5 or 6 yards. And I'm going to try to find Solis's statistics. Okay, he's 3 of 4 this year for 64 yards and 2 touchdowns. I remember last year against Mercedes in the opening game, I think he threw just 1 pass and had a touchdown. So again, his ratio of passes versus touchdown passes is extremely high.
That is incredible. That's something to watch. And now you're starting to see a little bit of more running of the clock now, as you see obviously Reza now in the back. And I see Solis there as well, and it's good to see. I think it's, like we said earlier, it's a good time to see some of the other players as well try to do something.
2nd down and 4. And it is going to be another nice run. Going to be for a 1st down, about 7 or 8 yards again by Reza. Hey, he could have a 100-yard rushing night.
I think Weslaco is happy and content with trying to run the ball a little bit more, trying to get Reza going. You know, Coach Stroman always says, hey, you're only 1 play away from being a starter, right? And that goes for in any sport, especially in football. So yeah, the fact that they're giving Reza a shot, Solis a shot, some other guys,
and they're just trying to run out the clock here. They've got some timeouts, but this is going to be just let's run out of the clock and get to the 2nd half. All right. Solis will throw the ball, and it's knocked away that time from the intended receiver. Coming out there and getting a big paw up was Jesus Reyes.
Jesus Reyes saw 6 points.
Yeah, senior defensive back.
Jesus is saying, oh, man, watch this. Yeah, he read that play well. Watch Landon throw, and then watch him just step in. Oh, boy, he just had it.
And the intended receiver, that was 18, I believe, right?
Yeah, that was, number 18. That's Elizondo back there, Justin, the young junior.
All right, so, again, 17 seconds remaining, 1st and 10. I may be wrong, but Weslaco may be content just running out the clock. I mean, if they can get a big play, obviously they're going to take points.
Yeah, I think at this point, with just clock running down, I think you'll take that.
So Solis drops back again, and he's got some time. Great blocking by the offensive line, and he finds his receiver down at the 19-yard line. Pineda, right?
Yeah, maybe too much time. There's such a thing as maybe too much time. I think there was a hold away from the play.
It was a 25-yard reception.
That was a beautiful. But first of all, good blocking by the offensive line.
Number 51 of the offense.
I tell you, sometimes
5-yard penalty.
It's a little more.
10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
And as an offensive player, as an offensive lineman, you sit there and you start counting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, or whatever, right? You start counting that. We say, okay, they're going to release now. But sometimes that happens. Sometimes you don't understand where your quarterback is. You figure that you might lost him, so you try to kind of grab real quick so they don't hit him. You just don't realize where he's at. It was away from him because Landon had moved to the left. The penalty happened on the right side. That's interesting.
All right. So, by the way, we'll wrap this up quick so we can get to the halftime. Frankie Trevino, he had a touchdown reception in the first quarter, 15 yards. Also, Aiden Morales had a 12-yard touchdown reception, and then Freddie Reza had a 3-yard run. That's how Weslaco got their, 18 points, and then, of course, 3 extra points were good.
Right.
So, again, we'll get to halftime here in just a moment.
They called a timeout, though.
Did they?
Looks like Rivera might have called a timeout. I don't know if they're going to honor it or not.
All right.
Looks like you're right. I think the clock had expired.
Let's see what the official says.
Yeah. That's what I think.
We'll see if the half is over.
I don't think they were able to get in on time. I know Coach Yadlin wanted to talk about it.
And I expect he's going to say something.
Yeah, I figured he hasn't called it yet.
All right. I don't know. Well, I
Okay,
guess
he's saying that's half. I
That's
think.
half.
That's halftime.
That's, there you go.
all right, real quick, we get told about what happened scoring-wise. Your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, so really, Rivera came to play. They just had a couple of turnovers early that led to the 21 points. Can they adjust? Can they keep it clean here? The next half, we'll find out.
All right, so we're at halftime, 32-6A district action. Texas National Bank Field, Bobby Lackey Stadium in Weslaco, Texas. We see head coach Roy Stroman of the Weslaco Panthers. At halftime, they're ahead 21-0. Along with Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. This is a KWES production.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Brownsville Independent School District and Weslaco Rivera College High School are proud to continue your halftime independent this evening. Please help me in welcoming you to the field from Brownsville, Texas, the award-winning Directors of the River Band, our highest authorities, and non-revenues, and our schools, colleges, and universities. The River Band will like to thank Rivera principals for their and his administrative staff. PSC River School, Dr. Dennis, and our PSC School Board, Finance Minister Ramon Garcia, and instruments of the Vice President. The huge thank you are amazing to the River Band and non-River Band everywhere we support. The River Band will like to send our best wishes to the Weslaco Panthers Corps and the directors of the KWES Marching Contest and the Lake tomorrow. Thank you, and go Rangers!
for the support you have provided for this year's festivities. Crowning this year's King and Queen will be our 2022 Homecoming King, Judah Castillo, and our 2022 Homecoming Queen, Bella Arredondo. introduce our 2023 homecoming court. Representing Student Council, Jacob Guillen, and representing soccer, Allison Romero. They are your 2023 freshmen Duke and Duchess. Representing baseball, Victor Cruz, and representing soccer, Camila Arellano. They are your 2023 sophomore Duke and Duchess. Representing football, Gavin Jimenez, and representing Danzantes del Valle Folclórico, Daniela Flores. They are your 2023 Junior Duke and Duchess. And now, for the 2023 homecoming finalists, our third runner-up, representing football, Darren Hanks, and representing DECA, Cameron Bravo. For our second runner-up, representing football, Eli Rodriguez, and representing orchestra, Ariana Galindo. For our first runners-up, representing senior class, Michael Villarreal, and representing criminal justice, Yairi De Leon. And now, introducing your 2023 Weslaco High School Homecoming King and Queen. Representing baseball, Jesse Stone Gomez. Representing soccer, Kyra Perez. Congratulations to all, and remember, go Panthers!
Welcome back, the class of 1974, celebrating their 50th reunion, and the class of 1984, celebrating their 40th reunion. And how about that mighty Panther Corps?
Beginning October 23rd, citizens can vote on a bond proposition that will affect Weslaco ISD students, staff, and our community. The bond is set for $160 million and will help pay for projects that will affect school safety, address roofing needs, upgrades to HVAC systems, create new areas for the fine arts, FFA, cafeterias, middle school athletics, and more. Weslaco ISD has had a history of the lowest tax rate in all of Region 1, 6A, and 5A school districts, and will continue with that tradition. Homeowners will pay 33% of the funding while the state finances the difference. Early voting begins October 23rd. Election day is November 7th.
And welcome back. We are here in Weslaco, Texas. It is a big night of high school football, District 32 6A, Bobby Lackey Stadium, Texas National Bank Field. Along with Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison, live on YouTube. This is a KWES production. At halftime, it is the host Weslaco Panthers. They are 7-0 overall, 2-0 in district, and they lead the Brownsville Raiders. And the score right now is 21-0. Brownsville 1-5, 0-2 so far in district action. Summing up the scoring, Andy Sepulveda threw a couple touchdown passes, one to Aiden Morales, that was a 12-yard score. Also to Frankie Trevino, that was 15 yards. And Freddie Reza came in, backup running back to Eli Rodriguez Jr. He had a 3-yard touchdown run, and that makes it 21-0. Football Fred. Yeah. Again, a lot of the subs have come in late in the first half. We heard that maybe if it got to be about 21-0, that might happen.
Yeah, and it was planned, and the coaches did a good job. Both really are going to kind of plan for that. Even if you're Rivera, you're kind of thinking of the same thing. You've got still two games to kind of finish off the season. If you're Weslaco, same thing. So, yeah, I think we'll see that, and we're going to do our best to try to have mom, dad, uncles, grandma, grandpa, everybody proud. We're going to try to get in many names as possible of your youngsters, your athletes out there playing. Yeah, they're going to be doing their best tonight.
Great homecoming show. We enjoyed that, and we'll have you run down some of the homecoming court. Weslaco, they had won the toss, deferred to the second half, and Ryan Gonzalez is going to bring it back, and he is going to get up to about the 42-yard line. Nice start to the second half. We'll see if Landon Solis comes back out at quarterback, the backup to Andy Sepulveda. Again, this could be a good time to find out who is ready to step up.
Andres Sepulveda, Eli Rodriguez, Abraham Garces, Diego Zavala, Diego Salazar, Julian Longoria, Andy Munoz, Jaden Garcia, Felipe Bruneda, Aiden Morales, Frank Trevino.
Mental health and well-being begins with Dr. Daniel Lozano, former athlete and proud alum of Weslaco ISD.
And, of course, that was our starting offense to begin the game. And we'll have some changes now. And there's the first play from scrimmage to begin the second half.
Now, Eli is out there. The starting offense for the Weslaco Panthers is also.
So he got, what, about 8 yards?
Yeah, picked up some yardage there. Nice pickup there for him. Everybody's out there that needs to be out there. I thought coming in.
Andy Sepulveda, Eli Rodriguez Jr.
You thought they might sit him down, but no. Maybe one more drive. Kind of treated like a non-district game. Maybe, hey, give us what you got on the first drive, and then we'll sit you.
Right.
That might be the thinking. I'm thinking.
Number 5, Ethan Cardenas, had a nice jet sweep attempt in the first half.
Yep.
And he's in the backfield along with Eli Rodriguez and Sepulveda at quarterback. And he'll hand it off to Cardenas, and he is going to get some yards. The first down and more. And if he didn't kind of stutter step there for a minute, start tripping, he might have even gotten farther. But he gets to near the 30-yard line. Give him a pickup of near 20 yards.
I think we're going to see a lot of carries from number 5. That's right, Ethan Cardenas. We said earlier in the broadcast they can use him basically anywhere, including the backfield, as you saw there. He's got the shape of a tight end, catches like a receiver, and runs like a running back. Nice traits, huh?
Right. And a defensive back, Humberto Ramos, finally brings him down. It's 1st and 10 at the 31. Weslaco heading toward the north end zone in this third quarter, away from the big screen. And again, looks like a blitz. Going to be a handoff this time. And another hole up the middle. And it's going to be a nice run. And it will be a touchdown run. 32 yards by Eli Rodriguez Jr. It is his first of the night, but more importantly, his 19th of the season. Home court is happy. The homecoming court is happy. We're happy. And the extra point attempt is coming up.
They were taking pictures. They wanted to cheer, and there's a touchdown going on. We wait for the extra point. You see the replay coming in. That's just a nice blocking up front, and then knowing what to do with it is Eli. He's done that plenty of times. Extra point is up, and it is good.
All right, so we have 10:18 remaining here in the third quarter. 27-0, now 28-0. Weslaco over the Brownsville Raiders. So I guess it's nice to see Eli at least get a touchdown tonight.
So I like to think that during the game, even though this is not going to happen, but I would like to say every now and then we would like to make a request, and so the request for me, show us the guns. That's a request. It's always one. But my request would be, hey, can we sit down number 2? Can we sit down number 6 now?
Yeah.
I know the coach is going to say, well, I want to try my best.
Well, one game where nobody is sitting down right now as far as starters is the Battle of the Arroyo.
Yeah.
And what a low-scoring game. Kind of surprising. Tell us about football, Fred.
It was. I just, at halftime, now this, again, the halftime, this could change at any time. 3-0 in favor of Harlingen High. This is a live broadcast. When you're hearing this, you'll say, wow, 3-0. Yeah, that's what it was earlier. We'll double check here in a little while, see if that's changed, all right? That's a big one to watch.
Yeah. Of course, we beat Harlingen a couple weeks ago. San Benito, they are still
on the schedule,
right?
Still on the schedule.
And again, they are number 2 in the Valley. We're number 3. Of course, PSJ North number 1 overall. Kickoff, ball will be inside the 20. There is a flag, and we'll see the first offensive series of the second half coming up for the Brownsville Raiders.
Perfecto Cruz was the receiver that intended to bring the run back on the kickoff. Not much there. I believe that's usually when they throw that is around to the offense. Special teams holding usually. We'll see.
Personal foul. Illegal blindside block.
Oh.
On the return team. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Okay, yeah, that's a little worse than just a hole.
Yeah. Wesco East, by the way, off this week. This is their bye week.
Yeah, I'm sure that Coach Brigette and the rest of the Wildcats really enjoy this time off. I know that, and speaking to Coach Brigette a few weeks back, he mentioned, look, we're nursing some injuries just like everybody. This came at a perfect time, I believe. Get this Wildcat team to make that final push for the playoffs, man. That's going to be great.
All right. At quarterback, Manny Hinosa. We'll see who the running back is in a moment. Hinosa will give it off to the back, and this time it's Medellin, Jose Medellin, and he's not going to get much. Again, we mentioned he was the starting running back for most of the season. Gabriel Gonzalez, lots of playing time tonight, and a big tackle.
Yeah, big 99. Watch him move. Hey, they tell you big guys can't move. And look at 99.
Devin Martinez.
They left him out 14. Matt Gomez has had a solid game tonight.
Yeah.
That junior linebacker has been involved in quite a few tackles. Yeah, he's active out there tonight.
By the way, Martinez, 10 tackles last week. That was number 2 on the team. Guess who was number 1?
Oh, that's a good one.
You know who's
Hanks?
number 1?
Was it Hanks?
Yeah, Hanks, yeah.
Yeah, I figured. I'm
Most
thinking.
people would figure that.
Yeah.
Loss of 1 on the play. It is 2nd down and 11, and it's going to be a passing play. Ooh. And that's not going to go nowhere. Chris Luna in right away. Boy, he's showing his grit.
Put him on muscle cam, right?
Yeah,
With the rest of the folks on this side.
Right.
Yeah, he's a player. You watch him, and you think, man, that we're going to miss him as a senior. He's not a senior.
No.
He plays like one. That's Chris Luna, just a sophomore for the Weslaco Panthers.
That pass went out there, and that was not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, this offense for Rivera trying to find something.
Right.
You know, they were moving the ball early, and that was early on in the first quarter.
So it's going to be 3rd and 15, ball back at the 5-yard line. Have to get it up to just about the 20. Again, they're moving toward the north side to the scoreboard side of the field, and this will be a pass, and it is going to be off the fingertips of the intended receiver down near the 40-yard line, and he is a little slow at getting up. Let's see who it was.
Yeah, it's Roman. We talked about him in the Roman Vera.
Okay.
He's one of these guys that we said we got to give him the ball, right?
Yeah. Now, while we have a moment here, why don't you talk a little bit about what happened last night? There was a lot of high school football last night that happened in the Rio Grande Valley.
Well, a game that means something in our district was Los Fresnos Falcons taking on Brownsville Hanna. That's a big one because just of the fact that Hanna is our next opponent after tonight. The Falcons beat them 31-0 last night. So that's a big game. Falcons obviously rolling after the loss to Weslaco last week.
They lost 42-23 last week, but rebound.
Edinburgh Vela beating up on the Huskies from Juarez Lincoln 77-0. That's a basketball score. PSJ Bear, Edinburgh North Cougars. I thought the Cougars were in good shape as we see the young man Roman Vera getting up there. I hope he's all right. He's a great kid, great athlete. Yeah, I thought that the Edinburgh North Cougars were going to repeat as champions. PSJ Bears looked the part. The Bears throwing the ball all over the yard. Edinburgh North struggled 41-12. Now that's of interest because they could be a by-district foe in the playoffs if Weslaco was able to qualify. That might be something to look at. So those are just a couple of the scores. Big game between Roma and PSJ Wolverines last night. Hey, went into double overtime.
Oh wow!
If you like offense, it was 88 points scored in between those two teams last night.
There's the punt. Devin almost blocks it. Devin Silva. But they get it off, and it's not going to go far, down to about the 29-yard line. Great field position for Weslaco.
Just missed it, right? He was just, man, oh man, just had a chance there.
Coach had something he said before the game. I can't quite remember about this game, but do you remember what he said?
Yeah.
There he is, Coach Stroman.
Yeah, he just basically said, we've been grinding the kids. You win, you're in.
Yeah, you win, you're in. That was it, yeah.
I said, you win, you're what does that mean? It says kind of early as well. Basically, but it means for us as an offense and as a team.
So they're really in the playoffs for sure if they win tonight, right?
They would have to, in most cases, 3 wins in this district gets it done.
Okay.
Even if you were to lose the last 2, it'd be tough for them because of who they've beaten here so far. Yeah.
So let's see quarterback. It looks like Solis is back. Yeah. Landon Solis played a little bit at the end of the first half. Preneda's in there, we see.
Yep. Freddie Resa's back there, too.
Yeah. All right, so those are the running backs. Reza gets it, and he is going to be dragged down from behind. Doesn't get much on that play. That was a nice tackle by Jesus Fernandez, a senior.
Offensive line is a mix and match right now. You have a couple of starters on the left side and a couple of guys that came in here and kind of playing spot play tonight for the offensive line. We'll get to those in a minute. But yeah, you along with
Kevin Aguayo, right?
Yep, they come in here as well. So they've got some guys on that side I'm keeping an eye on. They still have Abraham Garces out there. Still the center still for this Panther team.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We like the pink pom-poms and pink ribbons worn by the Weslaco cheerleaders. 2nd down and 8. Rolling to his left is Solis. And he gets it, and it is going to go down to about the 11-yard line, a little short of the first down. Not much, though, on that play, short of the first down.
So the influx of young ones starts coming in. Number 9, Carlos Ochoa. Watch the patience shown here by Solis. You know, when you were talking about his dad and what he told you, he looks like he's played some football as a quarterback. You can tell by his mechanics,
been around the block.
His mechanics, how he's patient, and he reads the offense, where his players are. I feel good good at the quarterback spot, not just because of Andy, but if hopefully never. But if you do, you have Solis here, who's shown that he's capable.
They say it is a first down, so 1st and 10. Ball at the 12-yard line. They could get a first down at about the 2. Big running play, and the ball will go down to about the 5-yard line. Was that maybe down by the face mask?
Yeah, it looked like it from here. Coming up, and then he just went too high. It was Jared Gonzalez trying to make a play.
Reza, the running back?
Yeah, Reza's the running back. He had an opportunity. A stiff arm came up. You'll see, but we'll see the flag first. But yeah, that's going to be a big one. That's 15 yards of a face mask.
Not much to go, though.
Personal foul.
Down that far.
Face mask, number 24 of the defense. The penalty will be half the distance from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Yeah, where do you go, right? You don't have 15 yards.
Yeah. Well, you move it a little bit, I guess.
And it happens, you're trying to make a tackle, and before you know it, you've got the face masking. You're trying to bring him down, and sometimes it's inadvertent that it happens.
I want to give Ochoa a little bit of love. He had one pass so far this year for 4 yards, so that's his 2nd reception of the year.
Yeah, Carlos, another youngster, another young guy, junior on this offense. This Weslaco team is loaded with receivers, talented ones, and he's another one.
Again, first and goal to go from the 4-yard line. Say that 10 times fast.
No, thanks.
Okay, Solis, couple backs, and he is going to give it off, and Reza is going to be near the goal line. Looks to be maybe a little bit short.
So on the other side, we were talking about mix and match guys. You have a couple of guys on that side. Andy Munoz is on the right as a guard. And then you have another guy playing tackle. That's a big number 65. That's Brandon Valdez, another senior. He's up there as well. Remember, Munoz left early with an apparent injury. He seems to be all right. They're just kind of rotating now offensive linemen.
2nd down and goal to go from the 1-yard line. Pickup of 3 by Reza on the last play. And again, Pineda and Reza are in the backfield. We'll talk about this formation and what you think about it after this play. Maybe it'll be a touchdown. We might be talking about it during the celebration. We'll see. So it's a delayed handoff, and Reza is met right in the backfield. And again, the tackle me.
Yeah, Uriel Gutierrez, right? That's a twin with Zeke Gutierrez, who's a linebacker too. You play the twins in there. One's number 10, one's 23. 10 is there.
Yeah.
23 wasn't too far behind there. You got a couple of other guys.
Yeah. And by the way, I like their pink socks for breast cancer awareness month.
Yeah, Jesus Fernandez, another young player who came up here making. And keep in mind, this is we keep saying that this is a young team. A handful, literally a handful of seniors only on this team. The Rivera Raiders.
Solis has it after the loss of about 3 or 4, and this time he'll roll to his right. He's going to throw the ball, and you knew it was going to be a touchdown. Pineda gets it. Solis doesn't have to throw very many passes to get a touchdown, and there he goes, his 3rd touchdown of the season. And what, has he thrown like only 6 or 7 passes? My gosh.
It's an automatic touchdown, you're saying, basically.
Yeah.
Watch him roll out, take his time, make his way to Bruneda.
5-yard touchdown.
Bruneda in the back of the end zone. You got to go to that guy.
Right.
How did he get back there? Remember, he was in the backfield.
Pineda coming into this game, 10 catches for 78 yards, but this is his first touchdown of the season. Extra point attempt is up and good. 5:09 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Weslaco over Brownsville Raiders 35-0. So I got to say, this is a KWES production first, but I got to say, Solis, all right, he came into the game 3 of 4 for 64 yards and 2 touchdowns. And what, he maybe threw 1 or 2 passes before that, right?
That's right.
So, I mean, he's thrown less than 10 passes and has 3 touchdowns this season. Only threw a couple passes, I think, last year and had a touchdown. So this young man really is money when it comes to finding the end zone.
What an average, right? That's great to see.
Any baseball player would like that. By the way, speaking of that, last I looked, Arizona was leading Philadelphia 2-1 in their series. And of course, Philadelphia leads that series 2-1, but this game is in Arizona. Arizona won their last game at home after Philadelphia swept both at their home park. By the way, if you just tuned in, it was the Texas Rangers losing to the Houston Astros 5-4, a 3-run homer by Jose Altuve in the 9th. So that series led by Astros 3-2. Got a couple home games to try to clinch it to go to the World Series.
Number 8 there on this kickoff here. It's interesting. Nobody came to field it. I don't know if we're going to show it on the replay, but it's interesting that number 8 coming up here was Esteban de los Santos. Come and makes a play. That ball took a funny bounce. It kind of supposed to bounce that way towards the end, it bounced backwards. So it kind of, the Panthers had a chance at it, just couldn't quite get there. And so, yeah, the defensive line now has changed for Weslaco High. We have Fabian Martinez playing defensive end, number 62. He's out there. He's got some speed on him. Watch him. I know they got him in there. They look at a couple of other players as well. I think at one time we'll see Nolan Hernandez, number 54, who's had a couple of games here under his belt. Now, we might see him a bit later. I'm not sure if he's in there now, but we'll double-check that.
Manny Hinosa, empty backfield. We've got trips on the left, one wide out on the right. And this time it's going to be pitched back. And coming up, we see, actually, I guess he was under center, right?
Yeah,
Hinosa was under center. So it was actually in the backfield, Medellin, and Medellin ran the ball. We're not used to seeing a guy under center.
That's right. And, that's kind of weird, right?
It was weird. So Medellin gets the ball. And
Devin Esteban ended up underneath the pile, going low, bringing down the running back. Nice tackle.
Medellin got maybe a yard or two on the play. But could that be the first time tonight that Brownsville Raiders have snap the ball with the quarterback under center? That's what called me off for a minute. Medellin was actually in the backfield and not the quarterback. So this time it's going to be a pitch. Medellin is going to get close to the first down, got 6 or 7. That was a nice execution by the quarterback, pitching it off to Medellin.
Diego Reyes, another player coming in, getting some playing time tonight, makes the linebacker and pushes him out, but he gained some yardage on that one. So, yeah, a couple of linebackers kind of chasing him.
There's a young Panther fan.
Ethan Gutierrez, number 43, was involved there as well. Yeah, Panther fans.
They come in all sizes and ages.
That's right. They're all here tonight. And it's a big one.
I say all sizes because football Fred's here. Joe Leal should like that I said that.
Yes, I know. You got to take your shots while you can, Joe.
All right. So I helped him out that time. All right, so it's 3rd and 1, and it looks like that time it's going to be a first down quarterback keeper.
It's interesting that coach said, if we scored tonight, I said, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, if we scored tonight, I would like to see what number 4, Manny, is going to do here. He says we can't get a word out of Manny. No. He was talking to the Panther players there. He doesn't talk to us, but he was talking to other players.
You got 5 words out of him. All right. He talked to us before the game.
At least 5.
All right, first down and 10 ball at the 36-yard line. Again, a pitch, and again, it's going to be Medellin, and he's going to get about 7-8 yards. Nice play, nice run.
You can see why they like him. He's got a little bit of a burst. He's a little smaller running back than Garcia is. He brings the speed a little bit more. Trying to get outside of this defense, holding. There's a penalty. I'm not 100% sure if it is
I hear
a hold.
cowbell. I feel like I'm at Mississippi State.
Well, we need more cowbell. Yeah. That's what we do. More of it.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
I do want to mention this before I forget. I'm going to LSU tomorrow for the Army game. It's going to be at 6:30 tomorrow night in Death Valley.
Right.
Because they're playing Army, the end zone at LSU is going to be camouflage color. They've never done that before, so I think the game's on the SEC network, or you'll probably...
I'm going to watch that just for that.
Yeah. But because Army's coming, they've made the end zones at LSU tomorrow camouflage.
Nice.
So salute to our armed forces.
Nice gesture by those LSU folks. Hey, nice of them.
Yeah. All right, so it's going to be a 2nd down and 20 after the penalty. One back in the backfield. We've got trips on the left. Man in motion. Is it going to be a jet sweep? It is. And that is Gabriel Gonzalez. And it was sniffed out quickly by Weslaco. Only a couple-yard gain.
Yeah, now we're starting to see more players come out here. Joseph Banda, a young player.
Banda has been injured a lot.
He'd been injured. That's right. Early on, he's finally out there. Coaches are all excited to see him. Banda's out there. And then you have Maldonado, number 77. He ended that run quickly. 77. When he brings you down, it's over. Him and Damian Castillo, another guy who, when he falls on you, that's about it. It's he's a strong guy, big guy. It's going to end the run.
So we'll give him about 2 or 3 yards on that play. It's still 2nd down and long, about 17 yards. Again, trips on the left, and it's going to be a interesting play. They throw it, first to number 7. All right, to Manola Perez. Then he pitches off to Medellin, and they'll wind up getting a few yards on that little razzle-dazzle.
Tricky Raiders. You got to watch them here. What quick pass? They say, oh, you're going to take off, and they're going to toss it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now you got to. That makes you kind of come up and try to tackle the first guy, and then you're out of the whole purpose of that play is to keep you out of line here, right? You're off on the wrong side. You're a few yards off, and then they'll try to take off on the other side. Nice design.
What about got maybe 7, 8, something like that?
That's nice play.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 8 now. The ball is at the 37-yard line in Raiders territory. Again, it's going to be a jet sweep this time with Gonzalez, and he'll be pulled down from behind just short of the first down. Got about 6 or 7.
A couple of guys in there that we saw anyway. Fabian Martinez was there, and I was trying to see who the other player was. We'll see the linebacker. Was that Cannon, number 33?
Yes.
Yeah, that was William Cannon playing defensive tackle, plays defensive end. He's one of these hybrid players making a tackle along with Fabian.
There's a sign for Chris Luna by some of his family.
He's got his family in here with a big old helmet that might fit my head, I think.
Remember, he said might. He didn't say it would.
That's right.
All right. 4th and about a yard, and it's going to be handed off, and it's going to be a first down. So, again, not much needed there, and it was Medellin on the carry.
A couple of players we've got to mention now for the Panthers. That was Christian Jimenez, linebacker in there as well. It's going to get rotation here for the Panthers. All of a sudden, see, you have a defensive line out there. And then the great thing about it, when you go 12 deep, that's right, 12 players on the defensive line, and you can rotate all sorts of packages, you bring in a new defensive line, basically. And now you have your starters back in there. Matt Garza's out there along with Hanks and other guys.
Medellin in the backfield we see. Also Hinosa. Again, it's going to be, look like a jet sweep, but again, it'll be a quarterback keeper, and Hinosa is going to pick up about 3 or 4. So they're trying to run things quick, different types of formations. These need some good execution, and to be honest, their execution has been solid lately.
Yeah, I think so. Just weren't able to finish drives, whether it be turnover.
Well, but I meant right now, doing all this trickery.
I agree.
Yeah, the execution's been good.
They've been able to move the ball down the field.
And this is actually a good, situation for Weslaco to see some different types of offenses.
Yeah, they're running
some different formations.
Exactly. They're running from different formation, different ways, and so now you kind of have to adjust.
Yeah, this is actually useful for Weslaco.
Very much so.
Even for the guys on the sidelines to watch it. All right, so it's going to be 2nd down and 6 after a gain of 4. A pass that's dropped. Tried to get it out there quickly, but Roman Vera, who you've talked about a lot, dropped it.
Yeah, I think if he catches it, he's got something on the sidelines if he chooses to go there. Of course, you got to catch it first. Nice throw there by Manny. Really, watch Manny throw. Boom, quick, right? Nice spiral tight and gets it to him. He just couldn't catch it.
And of course, back on defense was Christian Sanchez. And now we are going to have 3rd down and 5. I would believe this would be 4-down territory.
I think so. I think if you're Coach Leal and the rest of the Raiders, you do that. But it's going to end the 3rd. It's going to end the 3rd.
So we've gone through 3 quarters of play. Weslaco up 35-0. This is a KWES production. And in our discussion, along with Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. In our discussion with Coach Stroman, we mentioned one of the things, maybe to motivate the second team or whatever, at least as far as the starting quarterback goes, looking at stats, he's not thrown for a touchdown yet this season.
Right.
So, again, nobody's trying to humiliate anybody, but you got to try to motivate the younger guys. So maybe one of the things they like to do, obviously like to keep the shutout and maybe also prevent them from getting a passing touchdown.
That is a goal. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a goal. You try to keep him at no points if possible.
Right. Okay, it's going to be another handoff to Medellin. He's going to bull his way ahead for several yards.
And so they're committed. And that's something Coach mentioned, Coach Leal, the head coach for Rivera Raiders. And man, what a guy, right? He's very honest. He's very open with his team. We got a flag down.
Number 75 of the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
So it's a hold on Weslaco. I meant check that on Rivera. So, yeah, we were talking to him, and he said, look, we're going to give it our best. We get it. They're a big team. They're probably the favorites here in this district. But we're going to give it our shot here, and they're doing their best. And, again, the growth, here's Medellin kind of running. He puts his head down. And, man, he's tough to bring down,
He's tough, yeah.
And it takes a bunch of Panthers to kind of try to bring him down here.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 15. Ball back in Raiders territory at the 42-yard line, and it's a fake to Medellin, a pass ahead, and it's going to pick up close to the 1st down. They needed 15, and the pass went out to Perfecto Cruz.
Yeah, and Perfecto, that's exactly what we were talking about. Remember, Coach said, look, not the biggest guy, but if we can get him in space, he can create things. Unfortunately, he stays down.
All right, got the 1st down, it looks like.
We're hoping he's okay. He's a great athlete. Coach described him, hey, we are really happy to have him on board. He can do a lot of things for us. So hopefully he's wishing he's okay. Sometimes it's just the way you fall that gets you, you know. But we'll see. But yeah, it's interesting that we kind of were thinking about the Battle of the Arroyo, which we'll check the score here in a little while. But I was wondering that, in just thinking about it, you know, how hard it is to beat another team, especially when you're a rival, right? I mean, you try to beat them, and it's been at least a couple of seasons where San Benito has come close, and they just haven't been able to do it. It looks like he's okay. That's good to see. Perfecto Cruz seems to be great.
Right.
Seems to be good.
I do want to throw this in too. You know, speaking of playing teams different seasons, Weslaco last year went 8-4, 3-2 in district. Why do I bring that up? Well, they are about to equal what they did in district last year should they win tonight.
Right.
But maybe even a bigger stat, they will have already equaled the amount of wins they had last year, including a couple playoff games.
I get you.
So I'm just showing, you know, how this team has really improved this year.
Yeah, and you know, there was some doubt coming in. Remember, everybody, well, the experts, so-called experts, said, hey, this team is going to be maybe 3rd, maybe 4th.
Now, did I not say on our first broadcast they would go to at least the 2nd round?
Yeah, so you saw your crystal ball there that you employ and said, hey, maybe.
Well, last year they were predicted not to even go to the playoffs by some of the so-called experts, and they made the 2nd round.
Yep, you're right.
All right, so it is going to be 1st and 10 after that last reception. Fakes the pass, hands it off, and Medellin is not going to get much that time.
Bodies flying around. And they're still playing out there, if you're wondering. Rivera is not going anywhere. That's one thing Coach told us. We're going to play until the end. And they're doing that.
What is that old saying, until the cows come home?
Until the cows come home. And the Raiders are saying, yeah, we're going to give you everything we've got. And this is great. You mentioned earlier, the competition, the fact that they're competing still out there is great, for not just for the Raiders, but against the team you're playing. If you're a Panther fan,
I like all the interesting formations, the different formations.
Have a nice one over on this side,
we got the trips on the right side, and it is going to be a pass to the right side. It looks like it is, and it is going to be incomplete. Tried to force that pass to Gabriel Gonzalez, couldn't quite do it.
Yeah, and there was nothing there, and it was a nice choice because
look at the crown.
Oh, that's the crown. That's right.
Do you remember those old commercials where you bit into some Imperial margarine and you got a crown on your head? Are you that old to remember that?
I don't know if I remember. I remember the Imperial margarine.
Yeah, but there was a commercial where if you bit into the toast with the margarine, you got a big crown on your head.
Oh, wow.
So that just made me think of that.
Yeah.
And that guy is photobombing, right?
Yeah,
is that what you call that?
Sure, why not? There you go.
Oh, now he wants to do flex cam. What is he going to do? Kiss cam next?
Next, why
Maybe
not?
go through the whole
shebang. Yeah.
Oh, now there is a fumble on the snap, and the quarterback Enosa tries to get it off, and it goes off the hands of one receiver, I believe.
Yeah.
And then is finally caught by, let's see who that is, number 25.
Tomas Sanchez.
Yeah, Tomas Sanchez.
Now, the interesting, Thomas, this is the first time he catches the ball. Matter of fact, he wasn't playing offense
let's see.
earlier.
The ball was at the 43. Let's see where they mark it. At about the 24. So that's a gain of 19 on a crazy play.
Yeah, that's the old reflection, and then deflection. It hits the hand of the intended receiver, bounces off,
right,
and your body catches it on the other side for a first down.
Look at the pretty bouquet.
Yeah, you know what? They spend a lot of time, a lot of effort into all this stuff. Very pretty stuff that they put out. The cheerleaders. Look at all those arrangements and things. A lot of hard work went into that. So congratulations to everybody involved. That's nice.
That's right.
Very lovely.
Next time we get a break, we got a break. Do you have the homecoming courts and stuff like that?
Yeah, we've got to congratulate who it was, right?
Yeah.
Stone Gomez.
The baseball player.
Yeah, is the homecoming king? Is that what they call it? The
I
homecoming
think so.
king? Yeah, he was one, and I'm going to search for their names. That way I can make sure that we get it correctly. But I remember Stone because you were right. You covered some baseball.
Oh, he was great as a freshman.
Yeah, and so did I. And so it was him. He was he was representing baseball. And then Kyra Perez representing soccer.
Yeah.
They did a couple of games
I remember you did that.
And Kyra was there. So congratulations to Stone Gomez and Kyra Perez. They're the big winners here this evening. Homecoming
and didn't
king
I see a
and
football
queen.
player out there?
Yeah,
in
Hanks
the court?
was out there.
I saw Darren
Eli
Hanks,
was
right?
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a night full of activity tonight.
All right. So Hinosa has it. He's going to keep it, and he'll be brought down from behind on that play. And in on the tackle is Marcus Valdez.
Yeah, so nice. All of a sudden, a lot of confidence for this Raider team.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you do that kind of thing. Manny is starting to do things. He's talking to Coach Beto saying, look, son, what I want you to do is I want you to score a touchdown, but more importantly, I want you to celebrate after. He's a young man, young athlete that the coach says he's very quiet and humble. Those are good traits. He says, but I want him to have fun out here.
All right, a first down run, and he'll celebrate some more if he can get the ball downfield. It's 1st and 10. This time a handoff to Medellin. Medellin brought down from behind, and I'll tell you what, the big guy brought him down on that play. Wasn't that Ray Guzman?
Yeah, that's RJ, right? That's RJ Guzman coming from his defensive tackle spot. A couple of guys. There's a flag down. We'll wait to see what the call is. Again, usually in the holding area.
Holding, number 25 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. Replay first down.
That's so hard to do. You know, you have I'll use you an example. I'm trying to open up a lane for you, and I know you're right behind me. You're running, and I'm going to do my best to let you run through here, right? So I'm going to try to do everything I can to push this guy out. And sometimes you just grab, you know, sometimes it happens.
Look at that. Isn't that a megaphone that's decorated?
Yeah, with the cheerleaders. Remember, they have those mums. It is homecoming night here at the Lackey Stadium for the Weslaco Panthers. So yeah,
it's all lit up.
Yeah, they have all sorts of things that represent homecoming, and congratulations to all involved, all the alumni that are there, the classes, reunions, all sorts of things.
All right, 1st and 20 now. Ball to 24. Hinosa, a little screen, and overshoots Medellin.
Yeah, RJ was not fooled. RJ was out there at the 20-yard line. Hey, remember, they started back here in the middle where the left hash mark is, and he was out there playing like he was a linebacker. Watch this happen. Trying to get the screening. Watch who's there. 74 coming at you. Nice hustle by RJ. That's a nice one there.
Do the hustle, right?
That's it.
Like an old 70s tune.
You got to get it.
All right, so it'll be now 2nd and 20. Again, the ball not quite yet in the red zone. Medellin lined up to the left of Hinosa. Hinosa will get the ball downfield to about the 10-yard line. That's going to be a nice gain of about maybe 13 to Perfecto, as you said.
And they found something that works. It's something that Perfecto can do. And something that Manny can do. Watch this quick slant pass. Go out there and get open. Matt has to kind of adjust or makes the tackle, but that's after the catch is made.
Mateo Gomez right in on that?
Yeah.
All right. So clock is moving under 8 minutes remaining in regulation. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Pickup of about 15 on that play. Again, Weslaco right now trying to keep the shutout. I doubt they're going to go for a field goal unless they just feel they need to get points on the board.
It doesn't do much for anybody.
But sometimes you just want to break the score and get on the scoreboard. There's this pass broken up at the goal line. I know a couple guys back there, Ryan Gonzalez and
they're going to throw a flag out there.
All right.
I don't know if they're going to call it on Ryan. He was the only one there.
Right.
We'll wait for the official
word. Was back there too, I think.
Watch him and watch him put the zip on this one.
Yeah.
Zip it. Nice throw there.
Let's see who the intended receiver was. We'll see if
maybe the hand. Are they catching the hand on the back?
But by the way, I do want to mention applying some pressure on that play was Darren Hanks. So they've got some of the starting defense in. I guess because they're getting near the goal line, they're bringing the starters back in.
Yeah, he says you guys are. This is the defense you guys play. Go ahead and try to stop them now.
Yeah.
Pass interference. Number 3 of the defense. The foul occurred in the end zone, so the ball will be placed on the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
This will be good practice for the defense.
Obviously, Ryan doesn't agree.
No.
He's like, are you kidding? You know, most players don't ever agree with a penalty. It's never on you, right? It happens. It's hard. It's kind of like a bang clay there. Right, to me, I just kind of said, wait, it just kind of happened, but the official had it. Obviously,
look, class of '88.
Class of 1988.
Weren't you the class of '88? 1888.
1888. Yeah, a little bit further than that. We're riding in the wagon and the horses.
Okay. All right. So first and goal to go, but there's a whistle before or just as the ball snapped.
Number 71 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
And that's kind of an idea. It gives you an idea of what's happened with Rivera tonight. They move and they've got something positive going. Then all of a sudden something like that happens. Coach Leal said it. We got to get out of our own way, right? We got to get out of our own way. And sometimes that just happens, you know, when you're learning that it's a certain spots. We said some of these guys here that are especially on the offensive line and some of your playmakers have only played organized football. This is their 8th game.
Okay.
No,
at this
nothing
level,
behind,
right?
At this level.
Yeah, they're all junior high or below,
That's right. Yeah. So a lot of learning, you know, is happening on the job, basically.
First and goal to go from the 7-yard line. Medellin in the backfield with Hinosa. Hinosa looks for the back of the end zone and got his receiver. Chris Luna, nice job of defending, but even a better job of bringing down the football. First points of the night for the visitors. Roman Nevada with the touchdown.
We said you got to get the ball to Roman.
Yeah.
He's a basketball player.
Yes.
He's a tall guy. He's going up against a smaller defensive back. Luna tries to break it up, but by that time, nice play there by Vera going up high to catch it, and the Raiders put up the first points of the game.
Let's see who's going the extra point.
Yeah, that's gonna be Gutierrez. That's Zeke Gutierrez.
All right. Extra point is up, and it is good. So with 7:08 remaining in regulation, Weslaco now leads Brownsville's Raiders 35-7. This is a KWES production. Well, we see Coach Stroman, his arms on his hips, not maybe happy with that, but I mean, Luna did a good job defending. That was a perfect throw.
That's exactly it. Yeah. That's exactly, you put it right where it needs to be. It's something that you try to take away, but it was good execution.
But this time you give credit to the offense.
You said it earlier in the drive. They're executing.
Yeah.
They're doing what they're supposed to do. Good formations. Good. You're trying to get the run going, the passing. Once you started getting a little bit of the passing going more forward than just lateral, they got something going. So, you know,
you
that's
love
positive.
the shutout if you're a fan of Weslaco.
Right.
But seeing all these different formations, seeing how they can be executed well and actually come to fruition of a touchdown. You like that word, fruition?
I like it. I like it.
This could be you like to say, a learning moment, right?
So
for Weslaco.
So are we going to see some funky stuff here?
All right.
I believe if you're going to pull something funky, this is the time
Funky
you do
chicken,
it.
Right?
Yeah. The funky kick. You know, we'll see what Zeke has in mind. Yeah, they want the ball back now that they've got things going. Hey, give us the ball back. See if Zeke can get it for him. I'm doing an onside here.
We looked at the home side during halftime. Full house tonight of Weslaco fans.
No, not
and
an
it is
onside.
caught at about the 28, and it'll be returned to your midfield. So that return of about 20, maybe 23 yards.
Yeah,
on
Joseph
that
Leal. Yes, Joseph Leal, a player that coach wanted to get in somehow. He feels we got to get Joseph in here.
Sophomore defensive back.
Yeah.
And you said that he potentially could be a quarterback someday.
Coach feels that he's got 3 guys that he can go to. Watch him return the kick here. He's got some athleticism. Watch him take off and run here.
They got 23, 25 yards.
He figures that Joseph might help out. He said, look, we're hoping to obviously get Andy in. Then we're going to see Landon. And then if things continue, we might see a little bit of Leal. We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. And by the way, Zeke Gutierrez is in on the stop there.
Yeah, Zeke is all over the place.
So Landon's in there again.
Yep.
Ball at the 48-yard line. In Raiders territory, going to be a running play. Pick up about 3 on that play. And on that particular run, it looks like it's Jose Alvarez.
Yeah, that's Josiah Alvarez.
Josiah, right.
Yeah, Josiah going up the middle there. He's a guy that I think the coaches want to give him a little bit of playing time. It's just hard to do when you have Eli, right?
So far this year, 6 runs for 24 yards. Actually, now 7 runs for 27 yards.
Right. Yeah,
That's his totals this year.
Yeah, here comes Landon talking to Ethan.
Right. Already thrown a touchdown tonight, but we just about knew that was going to happen. All right. So another play by Alvarez, and this time he'll get about 3 or 4. Good second effort.
Yeah.
Hard to stop.
Now, Josiah says, hey, I've got a chance now. Let me show you what I can do. He was an impressive player, especially in the, I remember him, he caught our attention. It must have been maybe the second scrimmage that we saw, and then coach says, yeah, we're kind of loaded at that spot, but we're going to hopefully find a spot for Josiah, and tonight he's getting his chance.
So 3rd and 4, midway through the final quarter. And again, Alvarez, and there's the quarterback, Solis. Solis, number 20, actually number 8. He's a senior.
Yeah.
All right, he will hand it off this time, and it's going to be a first down, just barely. Needed 4, got about 5 on that play. So Alvarez, he had good football sense. He knew where he had to go and got there.
That's it, right? You've got to make sure you follow your blocks, and he's patient, right? He's carrying the ball, making sure he does things right, and you know, he has so far. It's interesting, the score. I was kind of trying to get you an update here.
That's fine.
San Benito and Harlingen, it was still tied 3-0. This was back in the half.
Defensive battle.
Yeah, they haven't really updated too much.
All right.
So we'll double check that.
It's 14-10. Who's San Benito? Thanks.
14-10. Thanks for the update. Yeah, he gave us the update.
14-10.
Thanks.
San Benito. And again, a running play picks up about 2 or 3 as it was 1st and 10. The ball was at the 38-yard line. And actually 37 gets to about the 34, so we'll call it a 3-yard gain.
So next week, you kind of wonder as you see the run back, right? This is the Weslaco Panther team, if they keep this up, obviously going for a win. They're going to be facing the same spot next week. They play a Hannah team who also feels they can make the playoffs with a win or 2. So they're going to be tough to handle, right? So we'll see how that, we'll talk a little bit more about that, but still, you're getting 2 teams with giving you their best shot.
And that time, a little bit of a muff as they tried to hand it off. So not much gain on that play by Ethan Cardenas. How do you like this formation? Different than when Andy's in there. We've got a couple backs in the backfield. Talk about that.
Yeah, they're offset. So basically, what you see in the offset means one on the left, one on the right. And then it's up to what really the quarterback, and really what they're designed to do is whether to go and have one guy follow the other into the hole, or vice versa, go left or go right, or come out of the backfield. So it's multi-dimensional.
And why do you think they do that now and not usually?
Well,
because Eli's so good?
Right. Well, the fact is that sometimes they'll use the running back or a guard, if you would. In this case, Diego Salazar line up right behind the tackle and use him as a running blocker.
3rd and 11, loss of 1 on that play. And again, it's going to be a passing play, and it's going to be near a first down. Nice catch by Cardenas.
Basically, Weslaco High will use that formation and others to try to run as much as possible. Here you see it again. Here comes, looks like Josiah became the blocker, and then a little bit of a tunnel screen kind of.
All right.
Coming up across to Ethan right in the middle, picking up a first down.
And it is at the 27-yard line, moving toward the scoreboard, south side of the field. Under 3 minutes remaining. Weslaco trying to maybe see if they can get a little more points here. They had, what, 42, 43 the other night, so maybe trying to equal that again. And this will be a running play, pick up a few. Again, the main thing here, as Alvarez has the rush, is to run out the clock.
Gavin Jimenez is in there now for that offensive line. We mentioned earlier about Joaquin Arce. He's out there as well. You have other players coming in, and that's good to see again. You never know when you might need to come in and make some plays. You also have Matt Vasquez out there, the young junior, playing out there as well. So this offensive line now making some changes.
Ball to 24, a 2nd down of 8. Gain of 2 on the last play. And again, potential blitz, slots on each side. This time, Solis will keep it, and he is met at the center of the line, and it doesn't get too much that time.
Esteban de los Santos, that linebacker, he's a mainstay there. Coach talked about him saying, hey, look, we move other guys around, but even Gutierrez, he says, but we like to keep that guy there. Now you can see why.
And they play a lot of guys both ways. They don't have the biggest, we haven't mentioned this, they don't have near as much depth as Weslaco. So a lot of guys play both ways.
Yeah, it's a 6A team, a smaller 6A team. You know, you talk 6A small school. Yeah, they fit that mold. 6A small school.
All right, 3rd down and 8. No gain on the last play. Solis back to pass. Thinks about running the ball, and he will, and he is going to be met short of the 1st down. Had to get to the 16, down at about the 20.
Now, the Raiders are applying pressure. They're covering in the back as well. Nothing for Solis open, so Solis decides to look at once, look at twice, look at 3, nothing there, got to go.
Yeah.
And not too much to gain there. We'll bring up a 4th down for the Panthers.
Right. Are they going to try to go for the kick?
Do you give it a try?
I mean, I'm going to the kick just to get the kickers some practice.
I was going to say, yeah.
Not because you're trying to run up the score. Again, you have to look at the whole situation.
Yeah.
And we're going to start doing this since we've got this timeout.
Yeah.
We've got a player down. Let's talk about our crew, all right?
Yes.
Carlos Robledo, our chief. By the way, it was boss day this week, and they had a nice luncheon for him.
Oh.
So I could tell he was in a real good mood when he came in tonight.
Yeah.
No, all joking aside, Carlos and Mike Gonzalez will be doing the post-game show.
Yep.
And Mike always helpful to us on a lot of games when we're on the road getting us stats and things like that. Mike Palacios, he is the tech chief around here. Keeps the show running as far as the technical end, and we appreciate all he does. We met his dad, right?
Yeah.
Last week at the restaurant, and his dad didn't even say anything bad about him. I thought he would. All right, and his daughter too. I can't remember if she said anything good about him.
It's always positive.
Yeah, she didn't say anything bad about him, and I don't think she said anything good about him either. All right.
Yeah.
Now, Joe Leal, what can I say? All right, you guys had your own thing in the pregame show.
He didn't like my art. It's arts and crafts that I bought him. He didn't like it. He doesn't want to keep it.
We'll talk about that maybe more later. But our videographer's great job as always. Vinny Berry, we travel with him a lot. Don Ramirez, a rock and roller, huh?
Yeah, I a total rock and roller.
Val Zamora, Amadeo Barones, and graphics guy, Nate Pena. You know, we don't give him a hard time. It's his first year. You think maybe that's the reason we just want him to get acclimated? No, it's because he's a Patriots fan. Man, you can't make fun of a Patriots fan right now.
That just couldn't do. That would be unfair.
Yeah, that would be mean. I mean, we're not bullies, all right? No bullying here.
No.
All right. Ralph Garces, our streamer, and we'll get to the rest of the crew in a minute. There is a pass, and it is picked off, but it was 4th down.
You got to go get him.
We'll see if the player can go all the way this time. He's at the 40, the 30. It looks like they're going to catch him down at the 15-yard line, and the ball is loose, and it looks like Weslaco has recovered. Wow, there's a lot going on there. Now, the interception was made by number 10, Uriel Gutierrez.
Yeah, he picks it off. Now, this is interesting. See if we can have it here.
Yeah.
Now,
he went, my gosh, like, what, 60, 70 yards?
This is major hustle. I don't even we're going to get to see it, but there's the officials are going to call a penalty, but what hustle by Ethan Cardenas coming all the way back.
I don't want to forget the rest of our crew, okay?
No, please don't.
Adrian De Leon, he's taken care of him many times on the road, especially during softball. I want to thank him doing replay, and, of course, our secretary, who's that? Mina. Yeah, Mina, Miss Mina, right?
Yeah.
Mina Garcia.
Yes. And listen, I'm going to go back to this. If I was to give an award for the biggest hustle award, it would go to Ethan. Man, he came from where the play happened originally. Where the interception
I thought you were going to give one to our crew.
Well, they'll get the nice one with Holden one where they have to put up with the rest of us. But yeah, they'll get one of those for patience and being kind. Yeah. But watch this. Okay. We'll wait for the official call here. I wonder what it is. It looks like they're going to back him up here. Might have happened during the return, maybe.
Yeah, but again, it was a big play. You know, you thought maybe that back or that defender would go all the way, the defensive back, but got stripped of the ball. A lot happened on that play.
Yeah, and so now Weslaco recovered the strip that Ethan did. Ethan Cardenas did.
Ethan Cardenas just stripped the ball, right?
Stripped the ball.
He was the one that was running.
He was the one that came from the opposite side of the field, chased Gutierrez down, stripped the ball, and then Weslaco recovered.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure who recovered it.
Right.
It was Weslaco, but I wasn't sure the player.
Right. There was a couple of guys there. There might have been a couple of other guys. We'll get to those in a second, but there was a lot of players there. Basically, it was an offensive. Might have been offensive lineman number. Looked like number 59. Ryan Jimenez.
Tom, I do want to mention Weslaco. They will win tonight. They will go to 8-0 overall, 3-0 in conference, and I believe Brownsville will be 1-6 overall, 0-3 in conference. I want to get that, or district as they call it here. District 32-6A.
So this is interesting. We've got 42 seconds left, right? And so now I wonder what they're trying to figure out. What happened first, right? Which happened last. So where did the foul occur?
Yes.
Yeah, what are we having for dinner?
That's important.
That's important. We gotta make sure. Did you make reservations? Oh yeah, make sure you know. That's important. You know, it's
a resi, as they say nowadays.
That's right. No, but the officials have done a fine job here this evening. Not too many penalties, you know. I mean, it's been what a normal game has. But we'll see here what the official word is.
Does he have to go talk to the coaches? No,
Coach Dallas halfway through the field there.
There was an inadvertent whistle on the play, so the ball was dead with Brownsville Rivera in possession. We had a block in the back.
Well, wait a minute.
On the return, number 8, that'll be penalized 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and Brownsville Rivera ball.
How did that happen if Weslaco recovered the ball, right? Well, watch this here. Watch what I'm talking about.
Let's watch this.
The ball hits a player and bounces off, and it's intercepted.
Right.
And then takes off. Gutierrez takes off, and watch Ethan, number 5, coming from the back, right?
Yes.
He's coming, rushing, and then watch him put his hand down. Now, ball pops out. Who recovers it? Weslaco.
Yeah.
So where's the inadvertent whistle? Right?
I'm
sure. Thinking. I'm not 100% sure of that, and I think Coach
Stroman, you knew he'd have something to say.
They said, wait a minute, we recovered the ball. Unless it didn't count and it happened over here, that makes some sense. But no, it doesn't.
Right.
Kind of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, we got 42 seconds.
By the way, Frankie Trevino almost got the interceptor before he even got downfield. He tried to reach out and tackle him after the initial interception, couldn't quite get to him. But Cardenas, that's some highlight material, the way he chased him down.
So they're saying where the interception happened, which was around this area. This is where Brownsville Rivera takes over with 42 seconds. Okay. Yep. That's what you see on your screen.
You know, in a 35-7 game, the last 42 seconds is going to take 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I could have guaranteed you that.
Val complains about that all the time. He says, we had a minute. Hey,
all right, that's a big play, by the way, to Medellin. He catches the ball, and he is going to go from the 28-yard line almost to around the 48. That would be a 20-yard gain.
Yeah, Medellin is not done playing.
No.
Nobody's told him he got 40 seconds. That's a flag.
Did he hand it off, actually?
He handed off.
Yeah, he fakes the pass sometimes, so it looks like he passes it, but technically it was a rush.
And it goes down, and then
after the play.
Yeah, afterwards.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 0 of the defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 11 of the offense. The yardage will offset, and it's first down.
Well, I take back what I said that there wasn't many penalties.
We won't say the names, but those are two of the more competitive players.
Yeah, and
so if you know their numbers, you know who they are.
And they were running. They were playing. I mean, that's just all it is. It's the heat of the moment here. You know, it's the last 27 seconds.
Right.
You know,
so a 20-yard gain. It is 1st and 10. We don't expect to see timeouts. No. We hope we don't see timeouts. All right, that's fumbled. We'll see if Hinosa can get it off. And again, a lot of pressure because of the botched snap.
Yeah, Matt was there.
Matt Garza.
Yeah, Matt was telling us even before the play. He was telling Coach, I don't know if he was asking him what he was, but Matt kept pointing at him like, no, let me stay in here. I'll take care of this now. And he did.
Right. Roman Vera, the only touchdown late in the game on a reception. Earlier, Frankie Trevino caught a touchdown. Aiden Morales caught a touchdown.
Intentional grounding, number 9 of the offense.
Yeah.
The penalty is the loss of down at the spot of the foul.
Yeah, let me just try to get this real quick. Trevino's touchdown reception was 15, and the other one was 12 yards, and then Freddie Reza had a 3-yard run. So that's of the scoring in the first half. And then, of course, Eli got his 19th touchdown of the season in the second half.
Right. And that's about it. Yeah. That's going to do it for us here.
All right. Final words.
Well, it was an interesting game. Rivera came to play, did not quit. Weslaco High just played better tonight. Congratulations to the Panthers.
So the Panthers win the homecoming. They will next week take on Brownsville Hannah at 7 o'clock here at the stadium, Bobby Lackey Stadium, Texas National Bank Field. We hope everyone comes out. It's been great. The KWES crew has done a good job. Again, coming up, it's going to be the post-game show with Carlos Robledo and also Mike Gonzalez. Once again, the final score in 32 6A action. Weslaco Panthers 35, Brownsville Rivera 7. For Football Fred and the whole KWES crew, I'm Scott Harrison. Have a great weekend. This has been a KWES production.